Hi guys, Adrian Cahill here, Executive Coach, NLP Trainer, and I'm going to share a completely different video with you guys today. This video I'm going to look at using copycat trading. Is it risky? Is it what? Copycat trading is where you can set up an account which will replicate someone else's trading activity. I had a trader come to me for coaching. And I've given him coaching. I've been paid, and in the process, I dropped maybe $1,000-$2,000 on copycat trading to follow him. While doing this, I saw and had a look at the other accounts. I picked a couple of accounts that had my interest, and I was thinking, well, why not have a go at it? You know, I've got a couple hundred K in the market, so I can put a couple of K into this copycat trading and see how it goes. So here are two accounts here that I've followed, Mitra and Boundary. You can see in this sheet right here, these guys have been in the market for a long period of time. You can see a bit of a graph. You can see their name. You can see their all-time profit. Some very high numbers in there. Their monthly profit, their age in days in the market, the number of investors. So I picked Mitra here. Longest time in the market, longest time, predictable graph. I picked Boundary, and I'll show you the result in a minute. You can also click this button, Investors, and see which one has the most investors. There you go. This one, this screen here shows you the most investors. The most investors is Trading Joy. I've invested in her. That's 3. So here you can see the 3 accounts. So they all have a significant amount of followers. I've invested in all 3 of these and 2 others. My client and a 5th one. And this is the result. Account 1 is my trader. My trader took a dive, it activated the stop loss, and it stopped trading. Stop loss was automatically set on 50%. Great. I called up my client. I said, hey, dude, your account's dropped massively. What's happening? He's saying, I think he might have said, like, what are you talking about? Have a look. And I looked back at his account, and it did a big V. It did the big V. It went down and went up, and my account paused when it went down. And then it went up, and I didn't get the up, so my account's just down 50%. Anyway, I turned the stop loss. I re-engaged. I reactivated the account, so my stop loss automatically came on. Paused the account because he messed up. He said, no, what are you talking about? I had a look, and yep, his account just went whoop, and I completely missed it. My account stopped down low, and I missed the game. I learned my lesson. Screw it. I think I left the stop loss off. I left the stop loss off in case that happened again, and he had another crash, and all money gone. I think he only had like 5-10K in. So account 1, nothing, doom. Account 2, Boundary. After maybe 2 months, I know it's just 2 months, but look at how long these guys stay in the market. I wrote his account for 2 months, and there were some drops in it, and the drops hit the stop loss again. Stop loss is down to its pretty low number. But after it hit the stop loss and stuff, I started reconsidering, and I looked across at Mitra. Mitra was the longest trader, and I actually had like a 10%, 5%, 10% loss in her. And Trading Joy was going good. So I stopped Boundary. I rode Boundary for, I think, 2 months. I put the money back into Trading Joy because it was the top performer. Anyway, long story short, Trading Joy this morning paused, and I'm down 10% or so on Trading Joy. I'm down 10% on Mitra. I was down 10, 20% or so on Boundary. And yeah, not my cup of tea. And there's one more which you can't see here, which is Trading Map. So here's Boundary. I think these drops triggered my stop loss. And then you can see it's a pretty significant drop, and I think that might have triggered it, and then I got out. Or maybe I stayed in, I'm not too sure. 5 accounts, you know. But this is a big one here. Look at this one here. And the stop loss up, right? Look at this. So I put a more significant amount of money in this account back here somewhere. I think it was here. Somewhere around here I put in the money, and then down to nothing. Now it says here, profitability calculator. If you deposited $1,000, your account's potential worth $934, and it's in the red because it's down. This is completely false. If you put in $1,000, your account's potential worth today is zero, 100% loss. But it's saying here your account's worth 934. Well, I'm sorry, but this account went to zero. Every dollar gone. So Alpari here is saying that your account from 1,000 worth this, but in actual reality, your $1,000 deposit would be 100% loss. Now, this just shows to me that their maths is really skewed. I've been in the stock market for 20 years, and this just doesn't make sense. In fact, a lot of it didn't make sense. I was prepared to lose this money, and I lost a significant chunk of it. You shouldn't put in what you can't afford to lose, so it's okay, I'm cool with the loss. But it's like, this is really kind of, you don't know what you're getting into. There's a lack of good quality YouTube videos, and what you don't see is that this one here, of course, your account is -0, but you don't really think it could go all the way down to 0. It does, and then it gets removed off the list. So when you end up looking at the accounts, you won't find this one anymore. It's off it. So new people come in, they look at this. They look at the Asian days, the investors, or the returns. You jump into one of these. You think Mitra's been in it for 1,274 days. Yep, surely she'll keep going. But the reality is, Mitra could drop off tomorrow. Any of these guys could go to 0 tomorrow. So you've got a chance of going to 0 tomorrow. The fact that this is the longest people, what's that? The longest trader is 4 years, followed by 2.5 to 3 years. What happened to everyone that came in 10 years ago? Well, I think most of their accounts crashed. So if you put your money in the bank stocks and the bank collapses, your bank stocks, your value goes down, but it doesn't go down to 0. Generally, it goes down to a low number, not 0. If it does go down to 0, there's a fair chance government will step in. I've been trading for 20 years, and I've had one stock out of maybe 50 that I've bought go down to 0. And that's because there was a helicopter crash. It was a mining speculative helicopter crash. Stock price went down to 0. Yet any of these accounts can go to 0 tomorrow. You just don't know. Now, I've got 5 accounts, all of them at 10, 20% down after 3-4 months playing this game. So I would recommend staying away from it and just put your money into stocks. Yes, stocks, you're only going to get a smaller return, but if you really want to, you can do option trading, option calls and puts, or long-term calls and puts. You'll be a lot better for call and put, in my opinion, or buying something like gold, because what you're buying has that underlying equity. So you're not going to get 130% return in a day, but at the same time, that potential upswing, there is a much greater downswing. And I'm yet to meet people that have good wealth through copycat trading or even currency trading. I don't meet people that do good in currency trading. I've never met them in the world. I've traveled to 80 countries. I've never met people that do well with the currency trading, and now 3 months or so just trying to copycat trading. I can tell you who's winning. The highest chance of winning would be the companies that do it and the bots. Hope you like that video. It's just the truth. From my perspective, of course, it could be different, but I'll very happily share. I've taken a loss on 5 accounts, and I look forward to doing what I've just done. I've closed all the accounts, and I'm moving the money back to my market, and I'm just going to throw it at one of the bank stocks. Or maybe ZipPay or Afterpay, or maybe Zero, or maybe Zoom, something like that. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that video. As I say, I do executive coaching and training. I just made this for anyone that's looking at this copycat trading. Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys.